Can you get this to play?
Order, colors. Break, colors. Pose, colors. Left, face. Forward, march.
Now, Cadet Trujillo will lead the cadet battalion through the cadet creed. You may all be seated.
Cadets, stay seated, please. Stand up. Appropriate. Rest. I'm going to call you back to attention. Sound off for the cadet creed. Hold. 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 Cadets, attention. I'm an army cadet. I'll conduct myself to be credit to my family, country, school, and corps cadets. I'm loyal and patriotic. I'm the future United States of America. I will not allow you to feel the goals and accounts of action needs. I will respect the institution and patriotism of our heart and my body. I will seek to manage the leadership and step prepared for both the Constitution and day-to-day life. May God appreciate the rules of this creed. Take seats.
I'd like to call up the outgoing commander. He'll have a few remarks, welcoming remarks for you.
Not even gonna say my name, man. Okay. I would like to welcome everybody this evening, including our special guest, Assistant Principal Mr. Chuck Brenner, Mr. Ralph Newman and the Vietnam veterans, Miss Miletsky, Miss Rosalie Hetrick, and the folks from the Jake Miletsky Scholarship Organization, Mr. Joe Patty and the American Legion, Norristown Guidance Counselor, Mr. Jeff McNamara, Lieutenant Colonel retired Ramon Ramos, U.S. Army recruiters, except for Sergeant LeBaire, we can do without him, parents, friends, cadets, and faculty. I would personally like to thank all parents present for taking time out of your busy schedules to come here and pretend to care about all of this. All right? Of course I'm joking. I'm sure a lot of you do care, unlike Sergeant Shuffle over there. But let's not focus on that. What I want to focus on is the fact that without all of you waking up early and bringing your annoying kids to drill and raiders in the morning, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish half of the things we accomplished this year. A good example of this is we wouldn't have been able to get first place in the brigade competition and qualify for nationals. Now, in case any of you were wondering, my back does still hurt from carrying my team to victory. Now, of course, this might have something to do with the fact that Ricardo, he dropped a rock on my back from a wall, but let's not focus on the bruises on my back. Let's focus on the sad truth that the seniors of the male team who won brigade, we won't be able to participate because we will be graduating. These seniors are Giovanni Santiago, and Anthony Lopez. No need to clap for him. No. course, there's also myself. You can clap a lot. Now, the responsibility to choose replacements for us will fall to Ricardo Moreno, who will be the new captain of the male team. You'll have to work double time to find suitable replacements for all of us because we were pretty important. Except, of course, except for Anthony. He was pretty useless during the entire thing, but yeah, let's not focus on that. Now, I'm going to stop taking up your time and I'm going to pass it off to the outgoing executive officer because she's going to translate.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. No voy a traducir todo lo que dijo Axel porque sorpresivamente habló demasiado. Bueno, espero todos estén teniendo una muy buena tarde. Queremos agradecerle a todos los invitados especiales de esta noche. Sus nombres son un poco complicados, pero están en esta mesa de enfrente y aquí también. Entonces, espero disfruten esta cena. Muchas gracias por apoyar a todos los cadetes que participaron en Drill Team, que participaron en Raiders. Como padres, sé que muchos de ustedes o hermanos los trajeron en la mañana. ¿Quién se quiere levantar tan temprano para traer a sus hijos a la escuela a participar en algo que, bueno, es muy importante para nosotros, pero creo que como padres también trabajan mucho y quieren descansar? Entonces, muchas gracias por todo y estoy traduciendo desde el primer año que hacemos esto. Espero todos estén cómodos y se festejen a sus hijos. Gracias.
As Axel pointed out, I failed to introduce him properly, but that was our outgoing commander, Axel Balon, and I would like to congratulate him on a fine job he did this year. We did promote him to cadet colonel at the end of the year because he achieved a lot in his time there and is a terrific student, and I would like to pass on to you that he's going to be going on to Monaco on a full scholarship as part of the honors program, and hopefully on to Bucknell University 2 years after that. And then we also had our outgoing executive officer, Cadet Valerie Sanchez, who came up and made some remarks in Spanish, and she's also, I believe, going on to Monaco on most likely pretty much full scholarship. And then on to bigger and better things as well. And we're going to miss, the two of them were really great leaders this year. But we have great cadet leaders coming up right behind them, and we won't miss a beat. So what we'll be doing, we'll be handing out some awards, and we'll be changing command and things of that nature. But what we're gonna let you eat first, because nobody wants to sit around and listen to a bunch of things on an empty stomach. So as soon as they're ready out there, are we ready out there? It is. Sergeant Schearer, are we ready to start, Sergeant? Yes. So I'd like to start from the front back. So what we'll do is as soon as we get toward the back and people are all eating and dinner's almost finished, then we'll begin distributing the awards and recognizing the young folks here. So, so let's start with table 1. Go ahead and get in line and get some food. Again, I would also like to echo what Axel said, and thank all the parents who really make all this possible, bringing the children every morning. I know some mornings when during drill team season, I was the drill team coach, and some mornings when I'd get here early in the morning and I'd see parents dropping off children, I would sort of avert my gaze because I could only imagine what you were thinking, like, oh, this guy's making me get up this early in the morning and bring these kids here. And I could just walk by and didn't want to get in any trouble. But thank you so much for all you do for these children. They're really a great group of young people, and we're thankful to have them.
It's really good to see you.
Okay, if you could begin to make your way back to your seats, we're going to begin giving the awards out to the cadets. Obviously, we're serving dessert in the back. If you haven't gotten dessert or you want to get up and get something more to eat or drink, feel free to do so. Everyone can hear me, can you not? Can you hear me in the back? Yes? TJ, can you hear me back there? Great. All right, so we're gonna start with the national awards. Every year we give out some national awards from veterans organizations and various other patriotic organizations who give awards to the students, and then we'll work our way to the change of command ceremony at the end. But starting with the national awards, I'd like to ask Sergeant First Class Lavera from the National Guard to come out and give a few out. Sergeant First Class Lavera is known to many of you because he seems to enlist about half of our students into the National Guard. So the first award we're going to give out is the Sons of the American Revolution Award, and that award will go to Cadet James Murray. James Murray, yes, that's yours. James was a member of our male Raider team as well. So pay attention when I call your name. Come up here kind of quickly. We have a lot of awards to give out. Somebody should take pictures.
Yeah, Dr.
Good job, James.
The next award we have is from the Non-Commissioned Officer Association, and that award goes to an 11th grader, Dakota Williams Culbreth. Who incidentally was just enlisted into the National Guard by Sergeant Rivera. Will be attending basic training this summer. The award from the Scottish Rite this year goes to Cadet Todd Picard. The award from the Sojourners goes to Cadet Valerie Tellez. An award from the Sojourners that's awarded for academic excellence, and that award goes to Cadet Logan Altrogge. His name is familiar. His older brother was a 2017 graduate and is now a West Point cadet. So that would be Justin, who's not here tonight. He's fishing, I heard. Okay. Thank you. All right. I'd like to ask Staff Sergeant Taylor, also a United States Army, regular Army and Reserves recruiter, to come up and give out the next few awards. He also does a lot with and for our students. Generally, recruiters are a strange bunch of people, but not necessarily to be trusted. But these two are a different story. These are great guys, great NCOs, and really good people. Have done a lot of great stuff for us. So, yeah, give them a hand, please do. Ready to help at a moment's notice, and they really do good things for the children. So they have our implicit trust, and they're with us and our kids all the time, and they're great people. So the next award is from the Order of the Dedalians, and that it goes to Cadet Jose Romero. The next award is from the Purple Heart, the Association of the Purple Heart, and that award this year goes to Cadet Oliver Lopez. Come on up and take a picture. Oliver Lisandro Lopez Ramirez. A lot of names. I only use two. The next two awards are awards that are sponsored by U.S. Army Recruiting Command, and were provided for us by Staff Sergeant Taylor and his organization. There are Scholar Athlete Awards. The Scholar Athlete Male Award goes this year to Oliver's older brother, Jonathan. Jonathan is a scholar and a football player. The Female Scholar Athlete Award goes to Cadet Emelitza Trujillo. She's way back there. Go Emily! We're back there eating dessert. And from the Military Order of World Wars, the award this year goes to Cadet Danny Sanchez. He always has exactly that smile on his face. He smiles a lot. I would like to ask Mr. Joe Patty to come on up. We're going to give out the awards from the American Legion. Mr. Patty is a representative of the American Legion here tonight. And they have two awards for us. The award for military excellence goes to Cadet Yukami Guanduline.
Congratulations.
And the award. The award for scholastic achievement goes to Cadet Citlali Sanchez. I'd like to ask Cadet Lieutenant Colonel, sorry about that, not Cadet, but Lieutenant Colonel, retired, Ramos, to come on up and hand out a few awards. Colonel Ramos was one of our predecessors. He was the man who founded the program here back in, I believe it was 2003. 2003. He was the senior Army instructor then, and we're hoping that he will be in the future too. So we'll see how that works out. But he's a member of this community, and we're happy to have him here tonight. He'll be handing out the awards for, well, to start with, we have oh, here it is, the Reserve Officer Award. Did I do that out of order? Am I good? The Reserve Officer Award, and the recipient for that this evening is Cadet Stacy Sanchez. We order a lot of name tags. The Warrant Officer Association Award goes to Cadet Mariela Moran. The award from the Association of the United States Army goes to Cadet Jose Escalante. Congratulations, Jose. We have the Director of Army Instructor, a Certificate of Achievement that goes to Cadet Claudia Morales. Mr. Brenner, if you would come on up. We have one more national award, and it's the Daughters of the American Revolution, and that award this year goes to Cadet Stacy Sanchez. The next award is the Superior Cadet Award. So that's provided by 2nd Brigade and Cadet Command to recognize one cadet at each level for outstanding performance. It's always one of the hardest awards to give out because there's so many outstanding cadets at every level. But so this year we narrowed it down to Let 1. Or that, when I say that, it's the first level of instruction in JROTC. They're known as a Let 1. It stands for Leadership, Education, and Training. So it's an acronym. But the Let 1 award goes to Cadet Ukami Guanduline. She led the color guard in the drill competition and I believe took first place. Did you not? Squad, and she did a lot of leading in drill competitions in her first year in the program. Let 2 award goes to Cadet Divine Rodriguez. Divine ran cross country and did every extracurricular activity we had and excelled at all of them. The Let 3 award this year goes to Jonathan Lopez. He was a member of the Orange football team and one of the captains of the Raiders team. He also smiles a lot. And the Let 4 award this year goes, despite his throwing a lot of shade in his speech, goes to Cadet Axel Balon. Every year, toward the end of the year, in the spring, we do the Cadet Challenge, which is the physical fitness test. And it's a big grade for them in the last quarter. And we also make it into a competition for some friendly rivalry. The top 10 finishers in male and female are awarded a medal for fitness achievement in that area. And so we'll hand those out now over here. You guys gonna help with that? Great. All right. So we'll start with the male tied for 9th place. Jonathan Lopez, James Murray, and Jonathan Villalobos. Okay. 8th place, Omar Gonzalez. I don't think he's up here. Right. 7th place, TJ Picard. Sixth place, Gio Santiago. Fifth place, Brian Vasquez. He's not here this evening. Fourth place, Ricky Moreno. Third place, Miguel Camacho. Another Rivera enlistee there. Second place, Oliver Lopez. And I'll save the first place for after when we do after we announce the females too. Okay, so the females, just going to go through who's here this evening. Seventh place, Stacy Sanchez. Sixth place, Tommy Guandeline. Fifth place, Claudia Morales. And fourth, Mariela Moran. And third, Stephanie Sanchez. And in second, Valeria Sanchez, who's handing out right now. None of the Sanchez's up here are related, just in case you're wondering. There's a lot of them. None of them are related. And then, all right, so the first winner overall, first place, male and female, every year they get their name added to the fitness trophy, the Hurd Cup. It was named for Francis Hurd, who was an alumni of ours who fought in Afghanistan. Sergeant Schearer, do you have it there?
I got it right here.
Okay. So this year, the winners of the Hurd Cup, the number one scoring male and female, repeat from last year, number one scoring male, Ramon Adashokin, and number one female, Emily Trujillo. Who's waiting in the back. Now you knew you were number one, why are you waiting back there?
That's a repeat right
She
there.
must have had the long walk there, so. Right, look at me. And Ramon and Emily will be back next year, so I don't know. Maybe they'll just make a three-peat out
Hey,
of
look, go
that.
this way. 174. Hey, listen. You know, these kids, they put in a lot of time, and they busted their tail. And not everybody's the fastest, and not everybody's the strongest, but there was this one morning when we changed things up this year, and they ran with Brooks a lot. And they'd come at 6 in the morning, and this one day, the two smaller girls were really struggling, and I would drive behind in my truck. And I was like, okay, come on. Well, one day I was running, and half of them were in front of me, and half of them were behind me, and I was like bent over, and like, damn, if I got a problem, I'm in trouble. You know? And anyway, I said, come on, get in. And she went, no, I can do it. Both of them did, and they pushed all the way through, and then went back and got their milk. But that was a turning point for us, because they showed that drive and desire and heart, and I couldn't be, you know, more proud. We had 3 teams this year, and they all came from these kids, and the future can look up to this. So I'm so proud of you. Great job, guys.
Okay, yeah, we can hand that here. All right, so next I'd like to recognize all the cadets from the drill team. The drill team this year, we finished, we won the Overbrook competition, and at our league competition this year, we finished second overall. Say, nice guys finished second, which was pretty good. The kids put in a lot of time, and we're a really good group of kids. And again, I'd like to thank you for bringing them and making it possible for them to do that, because we practice early in the morning. But the drill team kids, we have certificates to recognize them, and I have a list here they are. All right, so the drill team members this year were Yukami Guandeline, William LeBlanc, great, William LeBlanc, Todd Picard, come on up and the owner, I'll call you. and then so we get the correct certificate. Rogelio Salado. Logan Altrogge. Raquel Figueroa. Jaime Hernandez, he's not here. Oliver Lopez. Stacy Sanchez. Stacy Sanchez. Mary Sontag. Ramon Adashokin. Jonathan Lopez. Geraldine Martinez. Mariela Moran. Ricardo Moreno. Diana Reyes. Valeria Sanchez. Emelita Trujillo. Axel Bailon. Emmanuel Jean Charles. And Gio Santiago. Give the drill team one more hand for the drill team.
Squeeze your hands in there, man. Beautiful. All right, great job, guys.
This year we saved the Raider team till near the end because, as many of you know, this is the first time actually that our program has, and it's a rare thing. Many programs exist for decades and never win a brigade event, but our male Raiders team won a brigade this year. They did a tremendous job, and our other teams also placed first place in many events in that competition as well. So we're very proud of what the Raiders accomplished this year under the leadership of their team captains. So I'm going to let Sergeant Schearer take care of that, but do you want to call the names out?
Sure.
Do you want me to, do you have a list? You want me to call them up? And
Yeah,
give
give me that. What do you think?
All right, we're going to start out with the female team. Team captain, Emelita Trujillo. Co-captain, Mariela Moran. And the other team members, Claudia Morales, Elena Becerra, Alma Martinez, Ingrid Cruz, Stephanie Sanchez, Valerie Tellez, and alternates, Natalie Melgaris and Yukami Guanduline. Come on up here. Every time you hear your name, just come back.
All right. Hey, we hadn't had a girls team in 4 years. And in all my previous years, we only took one first place trophy ever at this event. And we'd only taken one first place trophy at this event before. And they, in their first crack as a team, got a first place trophy. And I mean, they worked so hard. And the thing that I looked at that they really did was they were positive with each other. You know, they treated each other with respect. And we have Master Sergeant Frank Orbath here today, who we had the honor about 1.5 years of going and carrying the flag when he got the French Medal of Honor. And I think about the compassion and like the way you talk to them at different times made all the difference in the world why we did well. So congratulations, did great.
Okay, the mixed team, just one up when I call your name. Team captains, Marvin Zravix and Jonathan Lopez. The remainder of the mixed team, Valeria Sanchez, Christy Flores, Stacy Sanchez, Miguel Romero, Todd Picard, and Mauro Quelis. Divine Reverend, yeah, there you go.
Go to where are you? All right. You grab those. So everybody got a tab to wear on their uniform. They also got a first place trophy going against this one team that generally like cleans house at that place every year. And it's funny, like, it's hard for the mixed team because generally, like, the boys, they go up against like these guys who are super fast, and so sometimes I have to pull from this team, and you know, like they have to make adjustments, and different people have different perspectives, but in the end, I mean, they really work well together, you know, and they talk through their problems. And I think one of the things we do wrong as educators is like we always try to fix everybody's problems. We don't let them work it out amongst themselves. The one thing I didn't really do, I never spoke to like the females except for like, hey, do a good job. Because like in your training you can be really hard, but when we're actually going through it, I mean, if the milk is spilled, man, you know, the milk is spilled, clean it up and move on. And I thought that they all grew that way, so I was proud of them. You guys really did a great job. There were two guys, where's Rahilio? Come here. Rahilio and Danny. Where are you, Danny? Come here. These guys also, you were in the actual competition, but he got hurt really early. He hurt his back. And like, he was having a hard time standing up, and I was thinking, oh man, here we go. And this guy too, he never got to participate. But he went and he supported the team, and I really, really respected that. Because you know what, he could have sat in line like a little punk, but he didn't. And like he stood there and he really like reinforced everyone else. There's one other guy that should be up here. Where are you, man? Mora, where you at? He is? Okay. Yeah, but like this guy, man, he got chewed on a little bit. He got chewed on and like, yeah, man, that's part of it. You know, we're not in the Army, we're more like Boy Scouts. But he was getting chewed on and I was like, yo, man, it's done. Just like that Lion King thing when he gets whacked with a stick. Yo, it's in the past, move on. I have, stand up, Pumpkin. I love that girl right there. Come on, stand up. You know, she went and fought like in Washington for our immigrants, and she's from our school. And she was my Raider captain at the mixed level, and she used to have to go because she was sick sometimes to Children's Hospital. And one morning, I knew she was at Children's Hospital, and she was there to run the next day. And I'm like, you don't have to run. But she was like, I'm here, Sarge, I'm good. And I respect you so much. You're one of my favorite people in the whole world. And for you to come back and sit with me is just, it like does my soul some good, so thank you. I love you. So great people will come from here. All right, so next is the guys.
All right, the male team, so just come on up and I call your name. Captain Axel Balon and co-captain Ricky Moreno.
All right, these two are my very favorite people.
Giovanni Santiago, Oliver Lopez, Jonathan Villalobos, Jose Andrade, Ramon Adashokin, Anthony Lopez, James Schearer.
Where's Jose? There you go. What do you got? Where's Jose at? Where's James? This kid was a real nice surprise. Where's Jose? Andrade's not here? All right. Hey, can you do me a favor and like pass out those? Give them each one. All right. So you know the Sixers. I've season Sixers tickets, and last year we got whooped. This year we went to Game 7 and lost in the last second. We good? Anyway, so we went in there, right, and I felt real confident, you know, but I never really talked to Axel, my boss, not one time. Did I? And it was 3 years ago, and there was a kid in charge. I wasn't overly fond of him, you know. And I said, "You're fired." And I grabbed Axel and I said, "You're in, champ," because I knew how smart he was. And he's like, "So I don't know what the hell I'm doing." I said, "Well, just do your best, man." And every year he grew and grew and grew. So this year, man, they had everything worked out. And there's a school that's a perennial winner up in New York. They're called Francis Lewis. And they were on the front page of the New York Times for doing some really like unscrupulous stuff. And I'm not trying to knock them down, but they did the wrong things. And you could say, well, they weren't there. Well, the funny thing is we beat them in one event back in 2013. So I went back and I looked to see, like, could we really beat them? And the time this year beat the time of the team that we had the year that we beat them before when they were the national champions. Now, these guys, they're going to Georgia. You know, we're trying to raise the money to go to Georgia. And, you know, I'm really proud of you. And I can give everybody a ton of trophies and stuff. And some people will get them today and some won't, and like, I'm sorry for you. But I think when we get to Georgia, you're going to see that, you know, the real test of your leadership and the way you cooperated and treated each other was great. You know what I mean? So I'm really proud of you. You did great things. Axel, man, you got the scholarship. And I'm asking you, man, like, this guy saw some compassion for some people, so you got to learn compassion a little bit, Junior. But hey, they're the best. Can we all get together and get a picture, please?
No.
Who's got my phone? You taking pictures? Yo, I'm really so proud of all you. Get in here. Come on, get in here. Come on, get in here. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, come on.
We can see them when they were in the track.
Great picture.
All right. You good?
Look at each camera, guys. Left and left.
All right, great job. There was a young man named Jake Moletsky, and unfortunately he was killed in an accident. He was killed in an accident off the coast of California, and every year there's a 5K. There's a 5K that is done, you know, in his honor to remember him, and we've become very close with them. And every year they started funding a scholarship for us, which is a wonderful thing. And I'll have you know, today I talked to Kobe, who was one of the first, I believe he was the first recipient, and he's in Hawaii right now. And I texted him because I wanted him to say goodbye to you. But he said, I'm sorry, so I can't do it, man, I'm in the field. So anyway, Kobe says congrats. And, Valerie, where are you, hon? Where's Valerie? Come here, Valerie. So today, we wanted to say thank you as you give this award to us and to the person who is extremely deserving of it. And the kids wanted to say something to you. Please come on up, Miss Rosalie Hecker. And Valerie did a wonderful job with the painting.
That's really beautiful, and I have to say that we have so appreciated your support. And you come to the run, and you act professionally, and you are kind, and you ask me what I need a bunch of times, how you can help, what you can do, if you can carry the bags that I'm going to carry. And all of us are getting up there in years, so it's really nice when somebody says, hey, can I carry that for you? Because we're happy to have that happen. So Jake was my best friend. She was just here. His mom was just here and left. Jake was killed 10 years ago. It'll be 10 years in October in a mid-air collision between a Marine helicopter and his cargo 1705, Coast Guard 1705 plane, flying a search and rescue mission over the Pacific Ocean off the coast of San Diego near San Clemente Island. And I remember the day Jake was born vividly, and I remember the day that he died vividly. And all of you who have served, my hat's off to you, and we are grateful for your service. And all of you who plan to serve, God bless you, stay safe, and we wish you all the best in the world. I have two other committee members here with me, Jim and Pat McCarthy, who did not know Jake, but have worked tirelessly for our race, so I asked them to join us tonight. And we have two parts to our presentation tonight. The first part, 2 years ago, we fund a scholarship at the high school that is an academic scholarship to someone who's going into the military. And I talked to, I don't know your rank, like Sergeant Schearer and Chief Jeffo, and I said, you know, Jake was not an academic, although he was a really bright kid. He was not the kind of kid who got all A's. Well, you know, because this was our neighbor right here. Jeff McNamara was our neighbor, and he hung out with Jake too, so these are all fond memories. He was not an academic, but you asked him something about airplanes. He knew from when he was very little he was going to fly, going to be in an airplane, so he followed his dreams and accomplished them. But he was not an academic, he was not the best student, but he was a really hard worker. So we asked if we could give a scholarship to a really hard worker. And the person receiving this scholarship today, I met a couple of weeks ago when I went up to the high school to talk to Sergeant Schearer, and he said, you know what, talk to this kid, he'll get it done for you. I don't have any worry in the world that he'll get it done to you, get it done for you. So it is my pleasure to present this $500 scholarship to use for pocket money or for whatever you need for college, because it sounds like you have a scholarship, to Axel Balin Castillo.
I'm really proud of you.
I'm going to pass right to your office, my good friend Jim McCarthy, who's going to do the other part of this presentation.
Thank you. This past week we had our 6th annual Run to Remember. It's a 5K race, 1 mile walk, and we had about 50 children that were on the athletic field running. It was a great race. It was our pleasure, as Ms. Centric said, to have the Junior ROTC help us. Not only did they help us, they were instrumental in providing outstanding support for the run for Jake and the Maletsky family. 25 to 40 members were there on Sunday. On behalf of the race committee, Pat McCarthy, Rosalie, and the rest of us, I'm sorry, but the race is near and dear to our hearts. One day Jake went on a search mission for a voter and didn't come back. On behalf of the race committee, we'd like to present, as Officer talked about with Georgia, a $1,500 grant to the JROTC organization to help defray the costs on their trip to the national committee, the national competition in Atlanta.
Well, you worked hard and you earned this opportunity, so we got to do some fundraising. They got us most of the way there, but we're going to have to wash some cars, we're going to have to go out and get some donations, because we're going to roll on down there, and, you know, I think you're going to stomp them. I really do. You know, I
And
think
if they fall short, we're gonna help them out, but we left it at 1,500 so that they could own some of that.
Well, thank you so much. What do we say?
Thank
Thank you so very much. Valeria, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you run out there and get that? Come on in, Rick. So, every year we run a 5K in the farm park. When I first got here, I met a guy who was like my pops, you know. Ralph, stand up, man. I love you. And Bill, stand up. These gentlemen, man, they've been with me through thick and thin. When I first got here, I remember Ralph saying, "Come on, Sarge, we got to get some kids to West Point." And I was like, "Yeah." And I want to fly the shuttle. But we got it done now once, but twice, and we're going to get it done again. Because great kids are in here. Yo, Marv, where are you, man? I kind of expect you to be the first kid to walk on the football field to play an Army-Navy game. I wouldn't say that, you know, but you've given us $25,000 over in my time. Thank you so much. I want you to know that it's one of the things that we do. And I mean, we've had some great times. I saw some of the pictures that went back through the years. When we won this thing last week, which was great, but I heard from the first kid that went to Valley Forge. Well, he was the second, but he was the first one to finish. His name was Con, and he texted me and he goes, "It seems like you guys are doing a lot of great things. How am I relevant?" And I said, "Well, we don't talk about you all the time. We only talk about you when we have a great leader. Because you were a really good leader, one of the few colonels we selected. Axel, where are you, baby? Stand up, man. Axel's going to do great things. And Axel, like, sets the standard around here. And you've enabled us to push that forward. And, like, as we talk about it and we think about Gus and all the other guys who came and supported us, I can't thank you enough. I love you too, man. I love you both guys. Thank you." Can you take a picture? Valerie, you need to come. You're his favorite. You don't have to come to see me, you come to see Valerie. How's that kid doing? Come on, man, get up here, Gene. Get a picture with us. Come on. All right. All right, thanks. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's great.
I'd like to say that
Bill.
I'd like to say
You
that,
ready to kick rock?
excuse me.
Sergeant.
What I'd like to say is that if they had a program like this when I was in school, I would have been proud. Proud of these two guys. Because look what they've done in the few years with these young people here. They're going to do something and become good. And that's what we need in this country. We need more people, more adults, to get a hold of these young kids and let them know what life is really about. It's not freeloading. They're learning, and that's what I'm proud of. These two guys put this together, and they have kept it going on. They have a lot to be proud about. So, I'll give it the wrap.
We do a 5K run. This will be our 23rd year coming up this year. Well, when we were younger, we did it by ourselves. Well, 12 years back, we asked for help from these guys. And they came out and helped us every year ever since. And every year we'll contribute to them and help them do what they got to do.
But the thing of it is, all these kids that got awards and all that stuff, these two gentlemen up here have worked their butts off to keep this program going and to keep all you guys doing something. So on behalf of Bill and I, last year they gave the commemorative coin, Vietnam Veterans commemorative coin. The only ones that have these are Vietnam veterans. Now you two guys.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just a few more things. We'd like to recognize our graduating seniors, and we have plaques and various things for some of those. Gretel Figueroa. There you go. There we go. Gretel Figueroa, Miguel Camacho, Emmanuel Jean Charles,
Yeah, these kids did a really super job. They were a big part of our program. I'm sure that they're all going to go on to do great things. Mr. Camacho, Joy, where are you going to college now, Pumpkin? Where are you going?
I'm going to Marco first and Chestnut.
Yeah, you're going to do great things. What are you going to do? Okay, that's great. You're going to do great things. You know, the thing is, like, I think the key is to do something you love. You know what I mean? And you feel passionate about it. You'll be successful. But best wishes, and I think you're going to do great things. Thank you very much. Anthony Lopez, come on up here, buddy. This is one of my Raiders that's trying to just get it all the time. And a fine job as a Raider and drill. Thank you so much, bud. I'm really proud of you. All right? Great job, man. All right, and next. Come over here, Mr. Ravens. Is that Marvin, right? Going blind. Marvin, get up here, man. Come up here. This kid is personally one of my favorites. He's a very strong-minded guy. He's from Haiti, and I saw a lot of potential in him. And you know, he came out and ran cross country with us, and he argued to leave early because he had like some time in a school in Haiti. And I was like, Mark, take an extra year with us, and he was very forceful about it. Anyway, I got him to play football, and he broke his leg in the third game, broke his femur. And I'm sleeping on a Friday night, it's about 10:30, and Gene calls me, he goes, hey man, your boy broke his leg. I'm like, what boy? He goes, Marvin's. And they said it's pretty serious. So I went over to the hospital, I walk in, and he's sitting there, and he's crying, right? And I went up to him and I said, what's the matter, man? Is your leg in bad shape? He goes, no, I haven't eaten since 11 o'clock. So I turn to him and I go, hey, you know, the kid's hungry. And he said, well, he's got to eat by 1 and his mom wasn't there yet. So I turned to the nurse and I said, can we do something for him? She brings him some soup. And he said, I don't want that. I'm like, man, you better shove it. And he said, I need some salt. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna break your neck in here. And so we got him a little bit of salt. And I turned to the nurse and we got some salt. And she's like, really? I'm like, and so anyway, he ate and everything. He had his surgery. He came back. We were playing flag football. It was the first time we lost. But he came out and he was limping around there because we were getting our tail handed to us because everybody else was on the drill thing. Anyway, I saw so much potential in Marvin. And then he wrestled. And he had like this great attitude, you know, and he's strong-headed. And I love him, man. And he wants to be a doctor. And I think it can happen. And I'm betting that you're gonna go away. You join the reserves, I mean the guard, and you're going. When you come back, we're gonna get you in touch with with West Point Prep and you play a year at the school, I'm telling you, you're going to be a star. He was the football captain last year, and he was a wrestling captain, and he was the captain of my Raiders, and I ate him up regularly. You remind me of her. You know, and when you pissed me off, that's why I didn't kick you off the team. You need to go give her a kiss, and she's nice looking. Okay? Look, I'm so proud of you. Come here, man. I don't know what you're going to do. Gio, bring your behind up here, man. Gio, where are you? This guy, man, he's like 5'7", but he's 6'4" in my eyes. We were at camp. And I used to get on him. He was like the little puppy behind all the other puppies. And we're at camp, and I'm looking, I'm like, who's that kid? He's kind of sharp. And I'm like, God damn, he's mine. And ever since then, he was like the one up top, and he just joined the service the other day. He's going to do great things. He's got a wonderful mom who's here. I love you, and I know this was a hard decision for you, but they'll pay for all school. I'm really proud of you, buddy. I'm here if you ever need me, all right? I'm really, really proud of you. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh. Hey, Ralph, can you come up here, man? Ralph, come here. Got a wheelchair. Stretcher. Take that coin back. All right. I just got told that I used profanity. I apologize. Anyway, this is for Valeria, and Valeria is your favorite. She's one of my very favorites, and to come on up here and get an award for all the wonderful things you've done. We're so proud of you. She's on our staff for the news, and she always gives me a hard time, and she works really hard. She was my cross country, female coach and captain, and I'm just proud of you. You're going to do great stuff, and you have a wonderful family. You guys are doing great. I mean, I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. And Ralph, this is a little out of order, but Emily, where are you? Come up here. She's going to basic training in a little while. She was my sergeant major last year, and you always have my back. I appreciate it so much. No, seriously, you look like Michael Jackson or something. All right. Every year we give this. Can you read it, sir? Can you read it? Read it. It's a lot. Here you go. It's my favorite award, and I give it to somebody who I think is going to do absolutely
Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. Calvin Coolidge, 30th President of the United States, 1872 to 1933. And that award goes to
our Colonel Axel Beiler. Come up here, man. I'm so proud of you. You can take a picture. I'm really proud of you, man. You was my cross-country captain, my Raider captain, everything. Yo, you're great, man.
I carried this organization.
You did.
And now I would like to turn it over to my boss, Assistant Principal Brenner.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. To our guests, welcome. Thank you for coming out. It's great to see some old friends here. So that is very nice. Raiders, where are you? Stand up. Stand up, Raiders. Give them another great big round of applause for the job that they did. We are so proud of you. Nicely done. Thank you so much. Take a seat. Seniors, where are my seniors? Stand up. one, we are also so proud of you. And number two, I know that tomorrow is senior skip day. You can sit down now. And finally, I need to say a very huge thank you. And that goes to you, Sergeant, for your years of service here, for what you have done. You know, look at this. When this started, you couldn't fill this room. And that is a tribute to both of you. But we wish you and Michelle the best as you travel down to Virginia, and we wish you nothing but happiness, and we thank you so much for your service.
So, look, I mean, I've been with you for 12 years, and they were friends for so long, and they got married. You started dating her again about 10 years ago? And you would roll on down to Virginia, and then you got married 8 years ago, right? Okay. But anyway, they bought a nice home, and this is a little something, a little, you know, flower smell for your house, and bring on in, that's for your front porch in your new home. You know. Come on, girls, come on up here. The ROTC person, I'll have something for you. Go ahead and read what it says.
You're gonna read it?
No, you read it.
Every day at school, every day.
So his name is Eugene Sheffield, but we call him Tío Eugenio because we are mostly Latinos. And we put it here, tiene una buena vida with your family from Norrisville. Nuestro tío Eugenio ya se va a retirar. No va a regresar con nosotros el siguiente año, aunque yo me voy a graduar, que está bien. Yo lo visitaré después a Virginia, pero lo vamos a extrañar mucho. Ha sido una parte muy importante de todos nuestros años aquí en ROTC. Entonces lo vamos a extrañar mucho, ¿sí o no? We're going to miss him a lot. So he's retiring. Again, I translated that. That's what I did.
Hey, Todd, would you stand up real quick? Yeah. This cat, man, when we didn't have a bus, he was ready to hop forward with a 15-man van, and so was Sergeant to get us there. Thank you so much, man. No, hold on. I got one thing for me. When I became an ROTC instructor, Sergeant Sheffield was a sergeant, and I'm a sergeant, and normally there's an officer in place. But Sergeant Sheffield took a shot on me. I was a teacher, and like I think I was too hard of an elementary school teacher, and I was like, I'm never going to teach again. And my best friend in Memphis, I was traveling around the country, and like he and I were having lunch one day. We went into this restaurant, and one of his kids was there managing the restaurant. And he said, "I'm so proud of you." And when we sat down, I said, "What the hell are you proud of him for, man? He's working in a sandwich shop." And he said, "See, that's what your problem is. You only see things. He could be in a gang, but I had something to do with getting him out of there." He said, "You'd be great at this." Well, he was a jump master, and like he was at the accident at like this ramp, and like a lot of soldiers were killed there. So he had like PTSD pretty bad, and I really respected him a lot. And he said I should do it. So I gave him a call. I came in. I remember him saying, well, I knew he like I'll call him and he won't answer the phone because I talk so much. But but anyway, he's the best, and like he loves his wife. And he loves you kids, and he's ready for a change, and he loves his music. He's a great musician, plays the clarinet in many of like the different orchestras around here. And this is from me and Danella to you, bud. Because I mean, you're a patriot in my eyes, and like I hope you like this, okay? All right? God bless, man. will come into the fold. It's looking very promising. Great man, we have a relationship, and I have much respect for you, sir, and I'm sure we'll do great things in the future. We're going to miss you a lot, G.
Thank you very much. I would like to say I'm looking forward to moving on, but I will miss. Most of all, I'll miss the students here. I've had a special relationship with the students all 12 years I was here. I had 15 years of junior ROTC. I was at another school before here and 12 years here. But I'd have to say the last couple of years, the students have meant more to me than ever. And there's just no good time to leave. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to go now. But a great group of young people. And I would like to thank the parents for all you've done. And I know a lot of you are recent immigrants to this country, and we're happy to have you here and welcome. And what you bring here through your children and your contributions is a lot, and it makes me very proud to be part of this organization. We're going to do the ceremonial change of command, and then we will retire the colors, and that's all we have. So I would like to ask the newly appointed command.